I just got done watching episode 20 of Rage of Bahamut, Virgin Soul. Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the blues man, Johnny Blues. And, damn. I said either in my last episode discussion video or the video before that, Alisand better not end up turning face. He better not turn out to be a bad guy. And I thought when they tipped the hat of that potentially happening in this episode, I thought he was going to go and speak to that Onyx Knight leader once again with this new information that he suddenly finds out about, that the child of heaven is on Earth. I thought he was going to try to use that to barter to, renewedly become a part of the Onyx Knights. That's not what happened at all. And by the end of this episode, and it's insane. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around those final shots, that confrontation that unfolded between Alisand and El Mugado after the tearful goodbye between Mugado and Azazel, which was emotional enough as it was for me. All of which comes on the coattails of a spectacular, edge of your seat, gritting your teeth battle between what I'm assuming is an Onyx Knight, but I'm not sure, who is also apparently dragon folk or has been modified so that he can become a dragon, transform into one the same way Nina does. And so it's red versus blue, very much. These, two dragons duking it out. And I was gobsmacked. And then it gets that much more palpable as you have both Favreau and Kaiser coming to Nina's aid after she's been knocked for a loop, completely ripped of her clothing and knocked out, and really still, dealing with those fresh and bitter wounds of the cold hard reality that at one time Charios had ordered the Onyx Knight leader to kill her. We can argue to the end of the livelong day that he's probably had a change of heart since then, or not. It depends on your perspective, especially with his renewed sort of vow to wreak havoc across the heavenly realm with this device, this eons old magical technological device that even the heavenly realm themselves, it was something that predates their existence, coming down to the earthly realm. So they don't even know what to do with it. All they could do was seal it, dump it in a back alley somewhere, dump it in a hole and hope nobody ever found it again, because they didn't know what the hell to do with it. And somehow Charios has unlocked its potential, and he's going to unlock it again. But you had this knockdown, dragged out battle between these two dragons. Nina has her ass, for all intents and purposes, handed to her. Then these two bros from season 1 just together again, working together again to not only fend off the Onyx Knight leader, but the dragon as well. And then you have Azazel and Sophia, they're, showing up at the last minute there with Elle and everything like that. And it was just spectacular. This like summoning ice queen that, while Azazel goes down the gullet of the creature and he's got all his black magic, demon magic spikes going all over the place from within the thing, you got Sophia summoning this giant ice queen entity that's freezing everything on the outside of it, like just crackling it apart and whatever. And I was like dying. I was like, oh my God, like every other sequence, thumbnail material. Just like my eyes were glued and I was gobsmacked. My jaw was on the floor. And after all of that, they all retreat and it's time to say goodbye. they've finally persuaded, and there's this grand, dramatic, circling all of the faces in the group moment where Elle is confronted with, his mother Jean wanting him to come back to the heavenly realm with her. And he doesn't want to. He wants to use his abilities for good. He wants to save the world. Whatever that means, whatever he has come to understand that to mean within his own conscience. But each and every person around him is like, you're so young. You have so much life. Don't make this the thing that you focus upon. Be with your mother. You were a gift. I love that Bacchus came in and said, you were a gift to your mother. That is why you exist. It wasn't because of your power. All that mythology, all of that, rhyme and reason, it's all specious. That's not why you're here. You're here to have a loving, maternal and mother and son relationship with your mother, to fulfill her life, but fill her life with happiness and joy, and vice versa. Protect her, keep her safe, return with her to the heavenly realm. We'll all deal with this. We've got this. Go be with your mom. And the nod from Azazel was the one that really took the cake. And that's what led to that emotional, downright heartbreaking, saying goodbye between them. Azazel being very much the object of stoicism. I've touched upon how there is that, very paternal relationship there, that he took care of El Mugado for so long, and he's like, don't forget your name. Don't forget where that came from. Don't forget us. Don't forget all the time we spent, what we had. And El won't. He cries, he hugs Azazel from behind, and I'm completely shedding tears. And I wasn't prepared. I don't think I could have been prepared in a million years for the final shot of El leaving Azazel, still very much emotional, still very much crying torrential tears. And there is Alisand, and in that moment I'm thinking, oh, so he rather than going back with the information to the Onyx Knight to try to appeal to him, against his better graces to let me become an Onyx Knight of my own accord, he's going to kidnap El and take him. And then it's going to be a grand chase that ensues with all of our heroes coming together being like, where's El? Where's El? Where's El? We've got to go after him. We've got to get him back. But that wasn't what happened either. And I literally turned on the camera as soon as I got done watching this episode. I still haven't fully processed what happened next. That son of a bitch, that goddamn, pardon my French, son of a bitch, Alisand, stabbed Mugado, stabbed El, presumably in the gut. And leave him there dying, leave him there bleeding out. And the way they zoom in on that ocarina, just, especially after we just saw El holding onto it, gripping onto it, being the one lasting thing. At least for a time, that will link him to Azazel, that will link him to this world he's leaving behind. Now, he's a heavenly body. I don't know if this means he's gone, he's dead and gone. That was it, he was killed. But god damn. It shocked the hell out of me. And it upset the hell out of me. And like, I can't fathom how we open the next episode. I was completely dumbstruck and gobsmacked and blindsided by the opening of this episode, with that knight being a dragon folk, or you know, somebody who had been turned into one through genetic manipulation, magical manipulation, or otherwise, remains to be seen. Maybe it's that onyx stuff. I don't know. Maybe Cherios has been about creating dragon folk kind of soldiers, you know, through genetic modification. I don't know. That's complete speculation. But it floored me. And so did the end of this episode. And I think the next episode, the title for which is going to be Vengeance, is probably going to be one hell of an explosive fallout. Even if El doesn't die, even if he doesn't perish, all hell is about to break loose. And I think Jeanne herself is going to be at the forefront of that movement. And people are going to rue the day, I can tell you that for sure. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to even think about that ending. Other than somebody needs to find Alicent. Tar, feather, castrate, do all those kinds of things, you know, quarter him with the horses, whatever you want to do. Here I thought his plight was utmost compelling in the last couple of episodes, and every time they focused on him, I was talking about this. That dilemma, that internal conflict of, do I side with Kaiser, but Kaiser kind of sort of, he feels like Kaiser betrayed him and all this kind of stuff. I had put forth the speculation that I was loosely considering the potential, the possibility that we might see a face turn, but I could not have calculated the cold hard probability of it happening this such a way. I got nothing. I don't know what to say. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this video, if you've seen the episode. Were you floored? Were you gobsmacked? Were you shocked? Were you dumbstruck, thunderstruck, and all of those other euphemisms, you know, that I can't think of? Were you blindsided? Did it get you emotional? What overall did you think of this episode? The grand spectacle of that dragon on dragon battle with the heavenly body of Sophia coming in there and summoning forth an ice queen and everything. Was that not just eye candy from beginning to end? Spectacular, explosive. And then was it not just one hell of a punch to the chops, to the guts of your very being, the way this episode ended, as it was for me? Let me know that in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, but more so, take the time to comment. Love having that conversation. Anything goes in the comments below. No matter your POV, we can certainly have POVs that disagree. I just love that conversation. And, oh man, it's going to be a hell of a long week to get to the next episode, barring any other constraints, to see where we pick up after this. Because I can't even wrap my mind around it. And so yeah, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.